Welcome back, third graders, to our science lessons. In this lesson, we're going to observe and measure weather to obtain information about expected weather patterns. In your book's page 402, we can see an image of lightning. Some types of weather can bring bright flashes of lightning. If you remember in Unit 2, we learned about static electricity and we said lightning is generated in the same way. Let's watch this video together to refresh our memories about lightning and how they happen.
Experts called meteorologists study the science of weather, including lightning and thunder. We can use what they've learned to explain what causes these bright flashes of light and the big booms that follow. A static electrical charge is just a little bit of electricity that stays in one place for a little while. Static electricity can build up anytime two things rub together. Lightning is caused by the same thing, only on a much bigger scale. The kinds of clouds we see in thunderstorms have tiny bits of ice in them, and these little bits of ice bump into each other. They cause an electrical charge to build up inside the cloud. And as this charge keeps building up, it gets stronger. The negative charge in the cloud makes some spots on the ground get a positive charge. And when the charge is in the cloud and the charges on the ground are just right, a bolt of lightning jumps between the cloud and the earth. And meteorologists have discovered that there are different kinds of lightning too. Some lightning goes from one part of a cloud to another. Some jumps from cloud to cloud, and some goes between the sky and the ground. But it's all caused by a moving electrical charge. And all lightning is hot, really hot. And that heat is what causes thunder. Thunder starts with the fact that air is made of tiny particles. When these little particles get heated up, they start to move around more quickly. So when the hot lightning bolt suddenly moves through the air, its heat makes the air particles around it all excited. All those particles of suddenly hot air start to move around quickly. They push hard against the cooler air around them. That air then flies away really fast from where the lightning was with a lot of energy. Our ears hear this movement of the air particles as a loud bang or crackle. That's thunder.
In the picture in your book's page 403, we can see a girl called Angela. Angela's excited. She's going camping for the next 3 days, but she's not sure what clothes to pack. She wonders what the weather will be like. How can she find out? If you look closely at the picture, you can see a weather forecast. This means that we can see the weather for the next 3 days. It says here that on Friday, the temperature is going to be 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which is equal to 20 degrees Celsius. The temperature on Saturday is going to be around 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 13 degrees Celsius. And on Sunday, the temperature is going to be around 35 degrees Fahrenheit or 2 degrees Celsius. We should also note that although it's predicted to be cold on all 3 nights, there is a possibility of precipitation or rain only on Friday and Saturday. After knowing all this, we can now help Angela figure out what clothes she needs to pack for her camping trip. We can suggest packing sweaters, jackets, and maybe a raincoat and rain boots. In Exploration 1, we will analyze features of weather that can be observed and recorded, including temperature, rain or snow, wind, and clouds. Imagine going outside on a sunny morning. The sky is blue, a few fluffy white clouds are visible. Suddenly, dark clouds appear and rain pours down. This is what we call a change in weather. Weather is what the air is like outside. Sunshine, wind, and clouds are parts of weather. Rain and snow are weather too. On page 404, number 2, we're going to use the words rainy, sunny, snowy, foggy, hot, or cold to describe the weather in each picture. Let's look at the first 2 pictures. In the picture on the left, we can see some ice on the grass. This tells us that the weather is possibly cold, and seeing the sunlight shining on the grass, we can also say that it is sunny. In the picture on the right, we can see it raining with puddles of water forming on the road, so we can say that the weather is rainy. If we look at the other 2 pictures in your book, we can notice in the one on the left that it is snowing. This obviously tells us that the weather is cold and, of course, snowy. In the picture on the right, we can see some fog, which makes it difficult to see clearly. So we can write that the weather is foggy. Weather occurs in the atmosphere or around Earth. Weather can be hot or cold, wet or dry, cloudy or clear, windy or still. A strong wind can blow down a tree. A fallen tree is the result of windy weather, but the fallen tree is not a type of weather. In your book's page 405, number 3, we're going to circle each word that describes a type of weather and draw a line through words that describe something caused by weather. In the first picture, we can see ice-covered trees. This is not the type of weather. This is the result of cold, icy weather. So, we draw a line through the words. In the second picture, we can see a thunderstorm. Thunderstorms are types of weather, so we circle it. In the third picture, we can see a puddle of water. Puddles are formed as a result of rainy weather, so we draw a line through because puddles are not a type of weather. Continuing number 3, we can notice in the first picture here a tornado. Tornadoes are a type of weather. They can destroy buildings, trees, and cars. So we circle it because it shows a type of weather. In the second picture, we can see a blizzard or a snowstorm. Blizzards are also types of weather, so we circle it. And finally, the last picture shows a dry riverbed. The river dried out as a result of drought or humans extracting the water out. So we draw a line through. Since it's not a type of weather, it's a result. On the same page in number 4, you need to recall a type of weather that you've been in. Tell what type of weather it was and what it was like. Then tell which parts were weather and which parts were caused by the weather. You may choose any type of weather that you remember being in. The following is one example. You can say, I was in a rainstorm once. Rain and the wind were parts of the weather. Puddles that formed after the rainstorm were caused by the weather. That's it for this video. In the next video, we will learn how to record weather conditions and then analyze the measurements to describe the weather patterns.